Hi beauties! Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I am going to be doing a side-by-side comparison. So this side of my face in the video is going to be kind of the typical makeup that you would see, and then on this side is going to be my tips and tricks on what I would just recommend to step up your makeup a little bit, or just to open up your eyes, and yeah, just a few little tips and tricks that I would like to share with you guys. I got this idea because when I was home visiting, did some makeup on a few of my family members, and it was just kind of fun to educate them and give them a few tips and tricks. So I decided, why not do a video on this and share this with all of you guys. Real quickly, I do want to mention a few things that will be really helpful if you are a beginner in makeup. The first thing is an eye primer. This is the Lorac behind the scenes eye primer. I will show you how to use it, but if you don't have an eye primer, definitely pick one up. You can get a drugstore one as well. Just get something that will prime your eyes. You're also going to need blending brushes. These two are from Morphe brushes, and I will leave a link to their website down below. They're only about $4 a piece, so they are so inexpensive, and they will make your eyeshadow process so much easier and so quick, and it really makes blending so easy. And the other thing that you're going to need is an angled brush. The one that I use in the video is this one, and it's a BH Cosmetics angled brush. This one came in a set, so if you can't find this set, I don't think the pop art one is for sale on BH Cosmetics, but the other one I recommend is this e.l.f. angled brush, and it is only about $3. You can get it at Target or any drugstore. This will be a great tool for you guys to have as well. Something I also recommend that you guys invest in is a good eyeshadow palette. Today I'm going to show you my top three, and they are the Lorac Pro palette, the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Lavish palette, and the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. Today in the video I am using the Full Exposure palette, but any of these three will be awesome. And honestly, if you just get one of these, it'll make your makeup application a lot easier. All of the shadows are really pigmented and very easy to blend, so I definitely recommend that you guys invest in one of these palettes. So if you want to learn a few of my tips and tricks, mainly focusing on eyes, then just keep on watching. Okay, so one of the first things that I like to do is fill in my brows, and as you can tell, it really frames the eyes. Here's the side without the brows filled in, and here is obviously the side with them filled in. Now I'm adding the Lorac behind the scenes eye primer. One of the things that is really important is to always prime your eyes. This will just ensure that your eyeshadow lasts all day long without creasing. So just blend that all in. Now I'm taking M3 and working that right into the crease using a blending brush. Using a blending brush is really going to help you achieve a really flawless look and help to keep the crease not so defined, but just really blended. So just use windshield wiper motions back and forth, working it upwards towards your brow bone. I'm adding M1, which is the really dark brown, into the outer V, and that area, as you can tell, is just a V. So from here all the way up to here is where you want to do your outer V, and just make that V shape. This is a great way to piness to your eye look without it being too smoky all over. So just blend that into the outer V, keeping it in your lower crease area. Another tip is to use a clean blending brush to blend out any dark colors that you apply. So that is what I'm doing now. And when you're blending, you can kind of do little circular motions or do windshield wiper motions back and forth like this. Both of them will really help just to blend everything together. And as always, take your time when blending. And don't worry if it gets messy right down here, because when we're done we'll use foundation to clean up that edge, or concealer. Now you can see already the difference in definition that it adds by doing the crease colors and the outer V colors. For this eye over here, all I did was add a shimmery color all over the lid, and you can tell that it is okay, but you just don't have quite the effect as this over here. Moving on to the lid, I always like to apply my e.l.f. glitter glue all over the lid, and this will really help to make the shadow stick and be really vibrant and pigmented. So just pat that on all over your lid. You can also add it to the inner corner. I dipped my finger into the color S1, and I'm going to be patting that right by where we applied that outer V shade. Then I dipped my finger into the S3 color and I'm patting that all over the rest of the lid, blending it in with the darker shimmery brown that we just applied. And like I've said before, using your finger with shimmery eyeshadows like these will really help to make all of the shimmer stick, and it just really does make them more pigmented, so that's why I prefer to use my finger. I'm patting S4 right onto the inner corner, and this really helps to open up and brighten up your eyes. Also add some of that champagne color right underneath the highest point of your brow bone, and this will just lift your eyebrow and your eyes up. And of course, just take a clean blending brush to make sure there's no harsh edges. Moving on to liner, I'm going to line my upper waterline as well as my lower waterline to make everything look seamless as well, because then you don't have your skin peeking through. I like to bring the lower waterline just like not all the way into the inner corner. You can go ahead and line right below, and you can also line your upper lash line. Right now you can tell that we have the same effect going on with the liner on both eyes, but what you want to do to make it look a little bit more less harsh is go in with an angled liner brush and some black shadow, and we're going to use that to smoke out the liner, and then I'll show you a before and after and you can really tell what a difference that makes. I'm starting with my upper lash line, and I dipped my angled brush into some black eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use that to start to smudge out the liner. And you don't have to be perfect with this, you just kind of want to make it smudgy and smoky. You get to this outer corner, you can kind of wing it out a little bit if you want to extend your eye. Going on to the lower lash line, I'm smudging out the black liner with the black shadow. Taking a mixture of M1 and 2, I'm going to use that to smudge and blend out the lower lash line even more. You don't want any harsh edges, you want everything to be really blended. I dipped the angled brush into M1, which is that dark brown, and I'm going to use that on the top edges to blend out the upper liner a little bit more. You can also go over it with your blending brush just really lightly. Okay, here you can see the difference between the liner that hasn't been smudged out and the liner that has. As you can tell, if you smudge it out, it's just a little bit more flattering to your eyes and just not quite so harsh. I'm applying some foundation before I move on to mascara, and we're going to use that to clean up the edge. I'm going to curl my lashes, placing the lash curler right at the root and pumping a few times. I'm applying a light coat of mascara today because I want to do false lashes to open up my eyes even more, but you could always stop here and not do the falsies and you would still have a really pretty look. As far as the lower lashes, I apply a few coats to really get them nice and defined. Here are the lashes. I applied a little bit of lash glue, as you can see, and I'm waiting about 30 seconds for it to get tacky. They're almost there, and if you wait for it to get tacky like that, then they're so much easier to apply and they don't slip around all over the place. I just like to use my fingers to set them on at first. I grab my tweezers and use them to set them really close to my lash line. These are definitely more of a natural lash that I would recommend for beginners. They're pretty easy to apply, and if you have to do it a few times, don't worry about it. Just do it until you get it right. It takes practice. Here is the finished look straight on. You can tell the difference. Of course, this is this side. Could use a little bit of tweaking, and then this is the side that I recommend. So I hope you guys can really tell the difference. And I can even do a side-by-side so that you can see it a little bit better. And here is the full face of the makeup. This way you can see what a few simple tricks can really do to change up the look of your makeup. And I'm sure you can tell a huge difference in the brows. It's a really big change, and you can see how much your brows really do frame your face and open up your eyes. Alright, so as you can tell, I went ahead and finished my other eye and made it the same as the one that I showed you in the tutorial. Be sure to like this video and leave a comment. I am thinking about doing another video for beginner tips and focusing on the face, but that is up to you guys. If that's something that you would like to see, please do let me know. I think it would be fun. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something new today and maybe found this tutorial helpful. I will see you guys soon, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, beauties!